A warm welcome to Diski Talk with Luyolo. If you're tuning in for the very first time, I do ask that you please subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you've been a part of this journey, I hope you thoroughly enjoy this episode. So, on today's episode, we discuss all things Kaizer Chiefs and Katlego Otladisa, as he has been linked to Kaizer Chiefs. So when we have a look then at Otladisa, this is a player then who currently plays for Marumo Gallants. He did sign a 3-year deal last year for Marumo Gallants, and this is a player then who's been growing in confidence, and a player then who has had very good performances for Marumo Gallants. He does play as a winger. He can either play on the right wing or on the left wing, and also a very skillful player and able then to create those chances then. And what I like about him then is that he plays without fear and very good when it comes to the 1v1 situation. Now that he is linked to Kaizer Chiefs, there is a possibility, I'd like to mention, that he might not sign, or he might sign, but maybe at a later time, because it is the transfer window, so it is open. So the main purpose then is for me to have a look at how would some of these players then fit in from a tactical standpoint, and what qualities do they bring to a certain club. So when you have a look at it then, Kaizer Chiefs normally do play with a 4-3-3. That's what Stuart Baxter has been playing with. So he would then be looking to fit in on either wing. But when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs then, we do know that off the right wing, they've got Keegan Dolly, who starts in vertical zone 5. He then looks to drift into that half space. So I doubt that he would play off the right-hand side, because that has become Dolly's position, and he's nailed on in that position, where he plays then as a playmaker for this Kaizer Chiefs side. Whenever then he does drift in between the lines and finds himself within that right-sided half space, which is vertical zone 4. But when you have a look at it then on the left, Marumo Gallants has been playing as sort of the false 9, and then off the left, a lot of the times you've had Bernard Parker coming off the left. So what's interesting then is seeing that he could actually fit in. Yes, of course, there's also then a Sikhota as well, who would have to compete with, but that then would just add quality and depth to the side, because I do think that is a very good player, and it's always good then to have a player who's very skillful, plays without fear, and is always looking then to create chances for the team, and also has that final third penetration. So he would most likely then come off the left, and he'd obviously add that depth as well, and this then could see Marumo Gallants retain that position up front. He could come off the left. You could have Dolly off the right, so you could have actually two inverted wingers, but he is a winger then that likes going 1v1, so at times you'd occupy a position a lot wider in vertical zone 1, where he's looking to beat the man 1v1, but he can always look to drift into that half space and then look to have a go at goal himself, but he's more of a creative player who then creates chances. So he's not a player then who is a goal scorer, but he will create a lot of chances, very skillful and a very intelligent player as well. So when you then have a look at it from this perspective, this is a player then who could give Kaizer Chiefs multiple options as well with regards to what they try to do, and if, for example, Stuart Baxter were to be a little more adventurous, you could potentially see then maybe a Keegan Dolly coming in to play as a 10. You could have Otladisa off the one side and then Sikhota off the other side, from an imagination perspective, But most likely then, you would most likely see him off the one side, and he would most likely be competition to a Sikhota, So very interesting times ahead then, seeing as to what will happen with regards to Katlego Otladisa. Will he sign for Kaizer Chiefs, or will he remain at Marumo Gallants? And also then, when you have a look at it, he is on a 3-year contract. So Kaizer Chiefs then would have to spend to get him. And maybe then he is a player that could potentially come in the next window, maybe not in this window, because we do know that when it comes to transfers and when it comes to players who are linked to certain teams, sometimes it takes a little longer than expected. But anyway, at home, do let me know, what do you make of Katlego Otladisa as a player and how well he's done for Marumo Gallants so far? And if you're a Chiefs fan, would you welcome him at Chiefs? And if you're a neutral, do you think it would be a good signing for Kaizer Chiefs? So thank you very much for tuning in to yet another special episode of Diski Talk with Luyolo. Signing out.